So I'm at the Syria hospital. I'm trying to upload this file right here. And I got my phone at 8:30. I've lost 9% battery. And it's faster. I lose my battery fast. Even though I just bought this phone in April, it was refurbished. So I probably had a brand new battery. It's not like they're going to give me an old battery. So I shouldn't go through 9% battery in 23 minutes. So FAQ Canada. You know what you say when you say that real fast? Fuck you, Canada. Fuck you, Canada. So anyways, you can see it shows that I have 3 bars at the top. And this file didn't even go up 1% since I've said this. Hasn't uploaded 1%. And it uploaded 61% in less than a minute. But the last 2%, it's been 3 minutes. So uploaded 61%. Like, this is only a 2-minute file. They're trying to save this. His name's Josh. He's a brown Asian. And he said that, well, he's an immigrant, right? Or he's an immigrant. So I'm like, well, why did your family come to Canada? They came to Canada for the money. He's like, no, they didn't come to Canada for the money. I'm like, you're lying. It's like, my fucking family's immigrants. 3 of my 4 grandparents had accents. My family's fucking immigrants too. Fucking immigrants come to Canada for the money. They come to Canada for the fucking money. They don't come to Canada for fucking the 20 days of winter where there are blizzards and it's minus fucking 30 for fucking 20 days of winter. Nobody comes to Canada for that. He has brown skin. So that means wherever he lived was so fucking warm that it never snowed. You don't come to Canada for fucking, he's a brown Asian. So that means he's either from Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, around that region, where it's fucking probably 70 degrees every day. You don't come to Canada where it's minus 20, minus 30, unless you come for the fucking money. My grandfather only came to Canada because he couldn't get into the States. Right? Nobody comes to Canada unless you come for the fucking money, or you can't get into the States. My mom's father, so he made my mom born on a trip in the States so she could sponsor him at one point in his life. Never ended up happening. But my mom had American citizenship and Danish citizenship. She never had Canadian citizenship. So you know what Canada did? First of all, at this point, my dad would have been the true king of the United Kingdom. And my dad grew up with servants. But my grandfather, he invested in gas-powered lawnmowers before it was fashionable. People were so fit, they would have their push-powered lawnmowers that would cut the grass. But he invested in gas-powered lawnmowers and lost his fortune. And so my dad went from having servants to being virtually penniless. Then my grandfather was a used car salesman. That same man turned down a professional baseball contract because he didn't think he would be able to afford a house in Cincinnati for him and a house in Toronto for my mom and my father at the same time, to the same standard that they were used to living. Because my grandfather, when my great-grandfather, when he was buried in a mausoleum. It would probably cost at least $100,000 for a mausoleum nowadays. Basically, you walked in at the cemetery. It's like a house at the cemetery, a mausoleum. That's what my family was brought into. Like, there was room for 4 bodies. And in Canada, in 2013, they made it so the mausoleum was destroyed. So I couldn't find it because there was a clue in there that would help restore my family's legacy as the true king of the United Kingdom. So they destroyed my family's mausoleum. So once again, I've only uploaded 1%, and it shows that I have 3 bars on the internet. So I used to do tech support once again for Dell. So if you had a problem with your Dell computer, you'd call me. If you had a problem with your gateway computer, you'd call me. And if you had a problem with Windows Vista software, you would call me. So I'm familiar with internet protocol, TCP IP, all that bullshit. And I used to do internet support for Comcast internet and AT&T internet. So these idiots at the hospital, like, I'm sitting in the same spot. I don't move. I go from LTE service to like a 4G service. LTE is the fastest internet service you could have on the planet right now. So not moving. How do I go from? I can see if I was like walking a mile away out of the cell phone's range, but how does the cell phone tower change range when I didn't move, when I'm sitting down? Right, and then I have video proof where I'm in a room, you could hear 6 people listening to music, they're on their cell phone, they get internet. But since I post these videos online that are challenging the Canadian government, they don't let me upload. Like this video right here, this one right there, shows that I have clear mucus with some green snot, like 2 specks of green snot, and it basically incriminates the Canadian government. And it took me, I only get my cell phone at the hospital 1 hour at a time. It took me 8 hours to upload a file to the internet. 8 hours because of the hospital staff. So here's all the hospital staff and their home addresses. And once again, I emailed 116 attorney generals throughout the world. I'm going to email every attorney general. And since I did, when I was turned on the news today, there was a drug bust at Pearson Airport. There was a drug bust in Ottawa. And Taiwan caught 4 Chinese spies because I emailed about Wi-Fi paper currency. Basically, paper currency could be traced on the internet and track criminal organizations, stopping drug cartels because they use drug proceeds to harm my body. So the video I'm trying to upload now is I took a shower and I brought my cell phone into the shower, which probably against the hospital protocol. But I brought my cell phone into the shower and I looked at some porn in the shower and masturbated basically. And so the next day I woke up, I had sores on my feet because they put subliminal. I went to an adult website, Pornhub, and they put subliminal. I don't see in subliminal. They put subliminal and they made it seem like I was masturbating to something that it wasn't. And they caused me to get sores on my feet at the thickest part of my callus. So in this video, it's like, well, how come? Because I searched on the internet, because most African kids don't have shoes, and they walk on dry dirt. And so I'm like, well, how come Africans don't have cracks all over their feet? Right? Because their excuse at the hospital is like, oh, you got dry feet, you got dry skin. Well, Africans walk on dirt. They should have cracks on their feet all the time. Not on the thinnest, not on the arch of my foot where the skin is the thinnest. On the thickest part of my skin, it cracked. And once again, how long have I been uploading this video? This video's 8 minutes long, and I've only uploaded 3% to the video, and it shows that I have 3 bars. It's the staff Tanya that's hacking my phone right now. And once again, here's her home address. And with Wi-Fi, paper currency, and Bitcoin. Like, so just think, they're fucking idiots, these people. If I can track paper money, as if I can't track digital currency. Every single device has a thing called a BSS ID, but these people are fucking idiots. They don't know technology. Like, they have high school diplomas, or they're nurses, or whatever, doctors, but they're fucking idiots. They're not technically savvy. That means every single cell phone is tracked. It can be triangulated. Like the Russians in the war, and what they were doing is, these soldiers, they were using their cell phones in the war that relied on American GPS. So you know what the Americans were doing? They were telling the Ukrainian artillery where these people's positions were, so they knew exactly where to bomb the fucking troops. But you idiots don't know technology. You're fucking idiots. You don't know technology. Every device is traceable. So they have nanotechnology in their head, and I have it encrypted with a BSS ID, a unique signature, knowing that it's their unique body, not anybody else's body, just their unique body. But they think they could evade culpability. They think they could pretend, like, you know how many pieces of nanotechnology they need in your brain to be able to do all this stuff? They can't pretend it's one nanotechnology. The system knows that it's there's billions of neurons in your brain. So you got billions of nanotechnology in your brain. So you can't pretend that very few nanotechnology pieces are myself, Christian Eric. And so anyways, in this secret profiling system, they're like, okay, if people drink coffee, they make it seem like you're attracted to black women or men. And so that being said, very few Canadians drink black coffee. Most Canadians, if you go to Tim Hortons, they get a double. So that means they get white cream and white sugar. And Tim Hortons has been around for since the 60s. So if white people had a higher inclination of liking black people, how come Canada isn't half black? How come it's not all mulatto by now? In the last 65 years, right? Because most people, when they eat food, that's all it is food. Only to these generational pedophiles does the color of food indicate that they like that sex. Only to rapists, basically. Every other human, it's just food. I like broccoli. There's no green people, right? And if anything, I like French vanilla. So that would indicate that I like white French women. But I can't afford French vanilla because at Tim Hortons, it's $3.39 for French vanilla. And it's only $2.45 for a coffee. So they keep me poor. So what do you think I get? I prefer to get French vanilla 100% of the time. 100% of the time. If I had all my money, I would never drink coffee ever again. So once again, I've been uploading this now for 11 minutes. I'm keeping this on this proof for. I uploaded this file already on YouTube, so I don't know why they're making it hard to go on TikTok. Because I'm trying to double solidify it. So when I sue the Canadian government, I'm going to have access on TikTok or YouTube. Right, so they're idiots. It's already on. This file's already on the internet. Just on TikTok, I get views because it's ran by China, and on YouTube, it's an American company, so they make it so I get exactly 0 views. I don't care if I get views because it's not like they share this information, anyways. But it's more for evidence when I sue the Canadian government in court. That's the only reason why I post it online. So really, it doesn't cost them anything, except for they secretly watch me when I play poker. So instead of me playing poker right now, because when I'm on TikTok, if I play my poker app, it stops uploading on TikTok. So instead of me playing poker and these pedophiles making millions, if not billions of dollars when I'm playing poker, learning my strategy, they make no money because I wasted 35 minutes trying to upload a 2-minute video. They're fucking idiots. They don't know how to win.